So you want to figure out whether to buy a solid state or a tube headphone amplifier. Clearly, this is the more common one, and this is for those who really want to get into the music and enjoy it in a slightly different way. But which one is better? Which one is better for you? We'll figure that out very soon. Now you see these two waveforms on the screen. A standard sine wave at 1 kHz. Number 1 is a sine wave was from a $200 solid state amp, and number 2 is a sine wave from a $2,000 tube amp. Now immediately you'll think that this is the better one because it's more expensive. What I'm going to do in the next couple of minutes is, without using buzzwords like warmth and air, I'll kind of explain the physics behind solid state and tube so that you know exactly which one you should go for. We'll basically look at harmonic distribution, clipping, a hidden output impedance, and a couple of more things. Before doing anything else, we need to understand how a solid state works and how a tube amp works. So at the heart, the solid state uses a transistor. People think of them as digital switches, but when you put it into an amp, they're actually very precision valves. These transistors control electricity with brutal accuracy. They're rigid, they're fast, and they do exactly as they are told. Not a bit less, not a bit more. The tube amp is a completely different animal. It uses thermionic emission. It literally boils electrons off a piece of hot metal which is there in a vacuum. This process is chaotic. It generates heat. The electrons kind of form a cloud that is much more fluid than a transistor. And it is this fluidity where the music lives. And now we come to the core sound difference between the two, the harmonic distortion.
When a solid-state amp is pushed to its limits, what you get are odd-order harmonics. Odd harmonics. These are 3x, 5x, 7x frequency. And to the human ear, these sound metallic and dissonant. It's like someone screaming over the music. Now, when it comes to tube amps, they produce even-order harmonics, especially the single-ended one. These are 2x, 4x frequency. This is a musical octave, and it sounds like a choir is harmonizing over the main singer. It's actually a distortion, but this is what people who really love music call warmth. It's literally a very pleasant error. Next, we are going to look at clipping. Imagine you're listening to music and the bass drops too hard. This is called clipping. If you're using a solid-state amp, what'll happen is hard clipping. It's like you take a pair of scissors and you chop it off at the top of the sound wave. You just chop it off cleanly, and this is what it is, hard clipping. So everything happens in a perfectly straight line, and this is instant, and it becomes quite jarring. Now, when it comes to tube amplifiers, it does a soft clipping because of the electron cloud. The tube doesn't cut it off or chop it off, it just squashes it a little bit, which is this blue squashing. So the peaks get rounded off gently, and this acts as a natural compressor, making the drum sound punchier without hurting your ear. Is the tube actually better because of all this? Not necessarily, it's just different. This is a graph from Audio Science Review. The topping A90 is a top-tier solid state. Distortion in this is 0.00006%. This amplifier adds absolutely nothing and it takes away nothing. The actual recording, the raw truth of the recording, that's what this amplifies.
Now, when you think about a tube amp, then you might get distortion of 0.1% or even 1%. So if you're a mixing engineer, you definitely need a solid-state amp. But if you're sitting back to enjoy some jazz on a Friday night, you will want the tube. You want romance, you want warmth, not the hard, raw recording. So that's the difference. The tube amplifier gives you romance, warmth, soft clipping, giving more character to the music. The solid state is hard, cold. But each has its use. You decide what you want. There is, however, a hidden trap in the impedance. So before you go and pick up a tube amp, you need to check this number, output impedance. If you buy an affordable tube amp, it will in all probability be a OTL, output transformer less. These have high output impedance. If you plug in planar magnetic headphones into them, the amp will effectively choke. It will not be able to deliver the current that the headphones need. The sounds will become weak. So here's a rule of thumb. Your headphone's impedance should be at least 8 times higher than the output impedance of the amp. So if you have planars, say Hi-Fi Man or Audez, you should stick to solid state. If you have a Sennheiser HD600 or a Beta Dynamic 250 ohm with high impedance dynamic drivers, they are just amazing for tube amps. So what is the hard practical reality? It's like looking at these amps as vehicles. The solid state amp is like a Toyota. Turn it on, it starts, and it'll work for your next 20 years. A tube amp is like a vintage Jaguar. It needs 15 minutes to warm up before it sounds really good.
The tubes get hot physically, and they will die after some time. Say every 3,000 to 5,000 hours, you need to buy a new tube. But this is also interesting for those who do this. It's called tube rolling, and it's fun and interesting. You can actually change the sound of the amp just by swapping the bulb, and you can't do that with a chip. So this is the practical real-world comparison between a solid state and a tube.
A Toyota and a vintage Jaguar.
So now you know the science behind it, and you kind of know what you might want to buy. So what should you buy? Here are my recommendations. And just to tell you, all links to these amps are in the description. You can just check the description and pick up an amp as soon as you want. Well, the first category is budget solid-state amps. On this category, for under $150, you can go in for the JDS Labs Atom Amp 2 or even the Shit Magni Heretic. They have zero noise and tons of power. This is a good choice for beginners. Now comes the second category, buying your first tube amp. Everyone used to recommend Dark Voice as your first tube amp, but in 2025, something better has come out. It's the X-Duo TA26. It's smaller, it's built better, and it sounds just as warm as a Dark Voice. Pair this up with a Sennheiser HD600 and you will understand what it's all about, what a tube amp can give you. Now we come to category 3, the hybrid amp. So if you want the tube flavor for your planers, then just get the X-Duo MT604 hybrid amp. It uses tubes for the voltage and solid state for the power. So that was our take on tube versus solid state.
If you liked this video, do like, share, and subscribe to Up on Top for more videos like this one.